Hey, Salakia, we don't have any volume on the song.
Okay. There we go.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, deliver us from the wicked one.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, deliver us from the wicked one.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thine is, oh yeah, the kingdom and the power and the glory, oh yeah, forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth.
You're on mute, Akeem.
Oh, Salakia. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach, Wahamalak, Barak Hashem, Wa Barak Atham. So that's all praises to the Most High Yahweh in the name of his son Yahweh Shah. That is, bless the name and bless y'all. So Shabbat Shalom. You are now rocking with the podcast of the Army of Yah. It is the Army of Yahweh, Army of Yahuwah, Army of Yasharal, Army of Yeshurun, Kwam Yasharallah.
Wow.
I am your Ak, Kenaniah, joined by my most beloved Aki, Ak Ezekiah Yahu. Shabbat Shalom, Aki.
Shabbat shalom, family. How wonderful to be back in the presence of the Most High. Hallelujah on this Sabbath Yom.
Hallelujah. All praises. Here we are. yet another Sabbath Yom. Getting into this word. Real quick, I want to apologize for my absence during our live broadcast last week. Actually, was visiting with my brother and his children, who I had never met before. Also want to send a big thanks to you, Ak, for just covering that, and Ak, give you some praise real quick. Ak, you are you a good Ak, you're a good brother. You know what I mean? Like you never get offended by small things. I pray that the Most High be pleased with your sacrifice and everything that you every offering that you offer. And I praise the Most High that I've got a brother like you that I'm able to get into this word. All praises to the Most High. But it's going to be a little bit different today. You all are just going to be listening to your Bach as we close out Bereshith, these last three chapters. And again, thanks, Ak, for covering the way that you did last week. But these last three chapters of Bereshith, beginning at Bereshith 48. So that is Genesis chapter 48. So Israel's last days. Quick recap. Well, I guess we'll get into that after we final thoughts of the chapter. But Israel's last days, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, behold, your father is sick. And he took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And one told Jacob and said, behold, your son Joseph cometh unto you. And Yasharal strengthened himself and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, El Shaddai appeared unto me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and Baruch me, and said unto me, behold, I will make you fruitful and multiply you, and I will make of you a multitude of people, and will give this land to your seed after you for an everlasting possession. So, just remembering what we've covered thus far, this covenant first was, upon Abraham, from Abraham extended to Isaac, from Isaac, this covenant bestowed upon Jacob, who would become Yasharal, patriarch of our nation, right? So continuing, verse 5. And now your two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto you in the land of Mizraim, before I came unto you into Mizraim, are mine, as Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. So, remembering that Ephraim and Manasseh, born in these are Hebrew names or Hebrew names. Yosef stayed true to his calling, not to his calling, but to who he was. He was in a foreign land, but that never really affected how he walked. He kept his integrity, right? Something that we can learn from him with that, just in the life that we live now, All right, verse 6. And thy issue, which you begettest after them, shall be yours, and shall be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance. And as for me, when I came from Padan, Rachel died by me in the land of Canaan in the way, when yet there was but a little way to come unto Ephrath. And I buried her there in the way of Ephrath. Ephrath, the same as Bethlehem. So, this word Ephrath is very similar to Ephraim. So it is real easy, and this has happened to me before as well, getting confused on what tribe the Messiah came from. And this verse has been used to kind of say that, the Messiah came from the tribe of Ephraim because he came from Bethlehem, which is Ephrath, but Ephrath is not Ephraim, right?
Right.
But this is how brothers get that confused sometimes. All right, but continuing, verse 8. And Yasharal beheld Joseph's sons and said, whose are these? And Joseph said unto his father, they are my sons, whom the Most High hath given me in this place. And he said, bring them, I pray you, unto me, and I will Baruch them. Now the eyes of Yasharal were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them and embraced them. And Yasharal said unto Joseph, I had not thought to see your face, and lo, the Most High hath shown me also your seed. So, man, the Most High is indeed, man, he's powerful. Our patriarch is acknowledging that greatness.
Yeah, indeed.
Understanding that, his desire was, man, what is going? Hey, 1 second out.
Okay. All right. So while we're waiting for our Kenaniah to get back, he was just touching on the fact that the Most High had done a miraculous thing, because here our father Yaakov was under our father Israel, I should say, was under the ideology that he would never see his son Joseph until the kingdom come. And the Most High had made it so not only do he get to see his son Joseph again, but now he's seeing the seed of his son. So
hallelujah. The Most High exceeds expectations, and we should acknowledge this, and as our patriarch did. But continuing, verse 12, and Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the eretz. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand toward Yasharal's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand toward Yasharal's right hand, and brought them near unto him. And Yasharal stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hands wittingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. And he barak Joseph and said, the Most High, before whom my father Abraham and Isaac did walk, the Most High which fed me all my life long unto this day, the Malik which redeemed me from all evil, barak these lads, and let my name be named on them, and the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the eretz. Powerful. Words have power. It's something that we've kind of gotten away from with our children, giving them that blessing. A lot of times, if we're able, we spend these last moments, with our loved ones, just telling them that we love them. But it's a different type of love to be blessed by an individual, rather than just telling you that they love you. He's blessing his loved ones. Verse 17. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon his head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put your right hand upon his head. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly, his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. So just within Ephraim, you have a multitude of people. Wow. So many different nations of West Africa have people who themselves say that they come from the tribe of Ephraim.
Mm.
And these are, I bet if we were to get a sample of the blood, we would see that they're all the same. But, these are people from different areas of, West Africa and speak different languages. And today are considered different tribes.
Mm-hmm.
But, we're reading right here. The Most High said it was going to be so.
Mm-hmm.
He said that thing. That's indeed how it's going to be. We can take that to the bank, man.
Indeed, Akeem.
Verse 20. And he baraked them that day, saying, in you shall Yasharal barak, saying, the Most High make you as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. And Yasharal said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but the Most High shall be with you and bring you again into the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to you one portion above your brethren, which I took out of my hand, out of the hand of the Amorite, with my sword and with my bow. So, I don't recall that, but that sounds like war.
Yeah,
I don't remember reading about that, but that sounds like he went to war with some Amorites.
Yeah, sound like he took it by the hand. I wonder, was he referencing? No, those weren't Amorites. Were they Amorites? They weren't Amorites. Were they talking about Simeon and Levi? What they did?
Yeah, those were indeed. I'm pretty sure those were. You talking about the one that slept with Dinah?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those were. Let's revisit that real quick.
Remember, I mean, it was some Canaanites, but it didn't say what. I think it said what tribe they were from. What chapter is that? Chapter.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Salakia. That was a Hivite.
Hivite. Okay, my bad. Okay, I don't know.
But I was thinking it was an Amorite as well, but no, it was a Hivite.
Huh. Well, yeah, we didn't get that.
All right. Yep. So continuing, this is the book of Bereshith, chapter 49. Genesis chapter 49, Yasharal's prophecy concerning his sons. We're gonna take our time with this. All right. Verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. These last days have been going on all my life, all your life, for some time now. We've been in these last days, right? Verse 2. Gather yourselves together and Shema, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Yasharal your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Unstable as water, you shall not excel, because you went up to your father's bed, then defiled you it. He went up to my couch. So, this is this is love. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's still talking to his son like he loves him. But I'm gonna be honest with you. He's gonna be honest with you, son. You're not gonna excel because of this thing that you have done, right?
Yeah.
Continuing, verse 5. Just remembering that Reuben went into his father's concubine, right? This is something that we're not to do. Yasharal, we don't share skirts, man. We're not part of this wick sick ass society or world. It's not how we rocking.
Not at all.
Verse 4, Salakia. Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. O my soul, come not you into their secret, unto their assembly. Mine honor be not united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob, and scatter them in Yasharal. So, this is a prophecy. You and I talk about this quite often. most of the time when the Southern Kingdom is named, we hear it named as Yahawada or Yehuda, Ben Amin, and Levi, right? But if we're listening to what we're reading, Simeon is going to be scattered amongst his brethren as well. So it's going to be some Semites included in the Southern Kingdom. All right, continue. Verse 8. Yahawada, you are he whom your brethren shall praise. Your hand shall be in the neck of your enemies. Your father's children shall bow down before you. So, it's something set apart also about Yahawada or Yehuda. These are brothers that we can clearly see that these brothers are gifted in arts of war and things, athletic ability, I would say as well. Now, all of this means nothing if we can't be pleasing in the sight of the Father. If we can't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and keep the fight them Mashiach, it's all for nothing, right? You could be, just look at what happened to Shimshon. Shimshon had all this strength, right? But if the Father's not with us, it doesn't matter.
Nothing at all. I can't help but this puts myself in the position of Yahawada there, and Jacob looks in that direction and saying, "You are who your brothers will praise." You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta feel goosebumps just popping up like man, that's amazing. He said, "Your hands should be in the neck of your enemies." Like, oh man, I just imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That feeling he must have got when his father looked at him and said that to him, like, man, that's powerful. That's so powerful. Like,
and here's the thing: I don't think the image that I have in my head, I don't see anybody being surprised by this. I don't see any of these brothers like not understanding why. I think Yahawada had lived up to this reputation by this time, and it's not so much what we read so much in the Bible, but other sources reading about how he was coming.
Indeed.
All right, continuing verse 9. Yahawada is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, you are gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rise him up? The scepter shall not depart from Yahawada, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. So, I think that's what's going on now. The people are, true believers are gathering towards Mashiach, right? And, up under Mashiach, it is those brothers from the tribe of Judah. These are brothers who are, I would say today, if we were to guesstimate who these brothers are, these are brothers who are probably putting in some work. These are brothers that are in the highways and in the byways, who are not intimidated, by to bring out the truth. These are brothers that will, you might see them with their weapons out there at camp.
Yeah, indeed, no doubt.
All right, continuing, verse 11. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his donkey's coat unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. That sounds like, continue, verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. It sounds like Mashiach, how he's coming back, what we read in Revelation,
Indeed.
All right, verse 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the Shemaim of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Issachar is a strong donkey, couching down between two burdens. So, interesting enough, and this is not to cause contention, but some brothers were discussing the tribe of Issachar and who they are today, and Issachar is referred here as a donkey. So, some brothers will tell you that this is why the Mexicans are Issachar. But, if you go to, I forget what country it is, like it's in West Africa, their leading animal is a donkey.
Huh.
And this was brought out, like I said, some brothers were discussing this about 6 months ago, and just chopping it up, and that information came out that the animal of West Africa, of this country, is a donkey. So, this is where, we can see that Issachar is, well, by the logic that they're using,
Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to figure out the name of that country and those people.
Yeah, Khan. All right, verse 15. And he saw that the rest was good, and the land that was pleasant. And he bowed his shoulders to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Yasharal. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that biteth the horse's heels, so that his rider shall fall backward. I've always contemplated, exactly what does this mean is going to befall Dan, or what is he trying to tell us about Dan? And I'm still not totally sure. I mean, it doesn't seem positive though. I know that much.
Well, consider, Dan shall judge his people. So who was the judge that came from Dan?
Well, Shimshon.
Shimshon, yeah, it's one of the tribes of Israel. So he was a judge. Then you got Dan shall be a serpent by the way. So it tends to be, when you see a serpent, what do you tend to do?
You try to get away from it.
Right, you go the opposite way. So if he's a serpent in the way, when you're going by the way and you see a serpent, you're going on the right path, and here's a serpent. Now that gets you off the path. And
you.
Yeah, biting the horse, the heels of the horse, so that the rider. So you on a horse riding, and the serpent start biting the horse, and then it goes back. And what happened? The rider falls backwards. So now instead of you going forward in the way, now you're going backwards. So that's exactly what he did. He he influenced the people to go off as a judge, and we'll get more into it. He did some off stuff, but overall, I think he was a good brother. But yeah, he made some hard decisions.
Yeah, Khan, indeed. I continue with verse 18. I have waited for your Yahushua, O Yahweh. Gad, a truth shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words. Yosef is a fruitful bowl, even a fruitful bowl by a well, whose branches run over by the wall. So this is somebody very fruitful. You know what I mean? Like you see vegetation growing out of the well. Like this is some good soil, good ground. This is a blessing, right?
Indeed.
Verse 23: the archers have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. But his bow abode in its strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty, the mighty power of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Yasharal, even by the power of your father, who shall help you, and by the Almighty, who shall barak you with blessings of Shemaim above, blessings of the deep that lieth under blessings, of the breast and of the womb. The baraks of your father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors, unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Yosef, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. So, you know what? Rightfully so. I would say that Yahweh is praised as the ruler. You know what I mean? Like that tribe gets a lot of attention. But you hear like back before I came into this walk, I always would hear different elders saying that we are a nation of kings.
Mhm.
You know, we come from kings.
Right.
And you know, you hear these blessings that Jacob was putting on his sons, and that's the idea I get in my head. These were like each one of these sons was a king. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In his own right. You know. Now that's not what we read, but just the way that he's going about this is, you know, it's something. This father loved his sons, man.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
All right, verse 27. Ben-Amin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Yasharal, and this is it that their father spake unto them, and baraked them, every one according to his blessing he baraked them, and he charged them, and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephraim the Hittite, or Ephron the Hittite. So, you know, what is the custom of burial for the nation of Yasharal? It is burial. You know, this is something that we need to try to do better with as a people.
Yeah.
And this is not, you know, I'm not coming down on anybody, or, you know, we all do what we can, but you know, we need to try to make sure that we're burying each other, man. You know, and yeah, this is our custom, right?
Let's keep it real. You know, our people will cheap out and get cremated and burn the body up. You know what I'm saying? And that's not our custom. You know, this is our custom to be put into the tomb or into the ground. You know, either one of those would be acceptable. Even though it was even our custom that you had a sepulcher and not necessarily even put into the ground. So most of our people were, you know, on top of the ground.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, continue in verse 30. In the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for a possession of a burying place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife. And there I buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave is therein was from the children of Heth. So Leah wasn't the beloved wife, but she got a burial of one beloved, and even buried in the same spot with Yasharal. Raquel was buried somewhere else. You know,
I was just wondering because he never mentioned Leah, you know, her death or burial until here. But he said he buried her with his father, his grandfather, and their wives. So he buried her there. But where did Raquel end up? I don't even know. Like, do we?
I forget where it's called, but you know, she it was
had they made it to Canaan? Yeah, they was in Canaan.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I want to say that. Yeah, they were in Canaan.
Was that after Joseph was gone?
Well, it was before. It was when Ben-Amin was when he died. I mean, when he was born.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she died.
Okay, so that part, as we read it, I know it's not in sequential order, but you know, we see him like, where is his younger brother? Bring him. Bring him here. Let me know that you're telling the truth. Like, he wanted to see his brother from his mother. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of make me think he hadn't seen him before, because we never see you know, Ben-Amin was born, and then Joseph was elated to have a brother from his mother and his father, or his father and his mother. You know, we'll check. Our power is speaking, boy.
Yeah, God.
But,
I'm looking for
where she had that hard labor. That's all it said, and that's it. But it doesn't
so
get us.
chapter 33, is when they return to Canaan, and she's there. She's there then. Chapter 34 is when they Reuben and his brother kill or wipe out that nation. Okay, so chapter 35, Yaakov moves to Bethel. I believe this is where she passed away at. Okay.
There's here's Yaakov. Sit the pillar and talk. Try the bathroom, can't pass.
Okay, yeah, come. Yep.
It came to pass when she had large labor. The midwife said unto her, "Fear not, you shall have this son also." And it came to pass that her soul was departed from her. She died. She called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. And Rachel died and was buried by the way in Ephrathah, which is Bethlehem. So yeah, I had forgotten about that already. That she was buried in Bethlehem, and the pillar up on her grave and Rachel's grave until this day. Wow, so she was buried in wow, that's crazy. Because I guess it didn't really put the chronology to it, and then until we read in here, and we see Leah buried with his fathers, and we know how important that is. But the beloved wife was buried in Bethlehem. Like it wasn't Bethlehem then; it became to be known as Bethlehem.
Right.
We know that's where Mashiach comes from. That's why we all know what Bethlehem. Yes, most anybody else. Like, oh yeah, that's where JC is from. So yeah.
All right, continuing. Verse 32. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Yaakov had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost and was gathered unto his people. So that's definitely something special there as well, because how many of us can make an end of talking and then just gather ourselves in bed and just give up the ghost like that,
Yeah. It's like he was holding on for that. And once he got to that point, all right, that's it. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Closing out. This is the book of Bereshith, Genesis chapter 50, the death of Yasharal, verse 1. And Yosef fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Yosef commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father, and the physicians embalmed Yasharal. And 40 days were fulfilled for him, for so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. So, this is not generally something that we do, but Yosef, thought that it would be, I don't know, for some reason he wanted him embalmed.
To preserve him, I'm guessing, to get him back to Canaan, even though Canaan was just, a short trip, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why was it 40 days? 40 days were fulfilled for him. So in a time in Mizraim, and then they took him back to Canaan to bury him. But I don't know, whatever, Yosef was running the show right now, so whatever he wanted is what happened.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Continuing that verse.
I think.
Yeah, which are involved, and the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. And when the days of his mourning were past, Yosef spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die, in my grave, which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan, there shall you bury me. Now, therefore, let me go up, I pray you, and bury my father, and I will come again. And Pharaoh said, go up and bury your father according as he made you swear. And Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Mizraim, and all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, and his father's house. Only their little ones and their flocks and their herds they left in the land of Goshen. So this was much more than 70 people, because it was 70 souls that that had gone into Mizraim that were Israelites, and this is sounds like even more Mizraimites that were with them, this procession.
Indeed. Yeah, they were the
Verse
ones.
9.
They were in the place of servants, actually.
Verse 9. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very grievous Slakia, and there was a very great company, and they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan, and there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, this is a grievous mourning to the Mizraimites. Wherefore the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. So I just want to see what that means again. I know Mizraim is more a burden or something, but let me see.
Yeah, I think it's mourning, meadow of Mizraim.
Yeah, Khan. So, but something else was I was thinking about there. The Canaanites. Well, I was getting ready to say the Canaanites, came from the Mizraimites, but that's not true. It was the Philistines that came from Mizraim.
Right.
But they're unable to tell the difference between these Israelites and these Egyptians.
Yeah, because again, Joseph is the ruler, not the ruler, but he's the governor of Mizraim, and so he's gotten they're in the highest favor, because it's Pharaoh only in the throne, and really next to Pharaoh, really next to him, but he's kind of under him, or just slightly under him, is Joseph. And so Joseph has choice everything. So I'm sure he'd have given his brothers garments. He'd have given, they look like Mizraimites, because they got the choice. They got the best of Mizraim. And so when he buries his father, they go up and they looking they're not right up on him. They looking from, look at them. Check out the Mizraimites. They down here mourning somebody, so they look like a whole bunch of them, because that's how they they rolling. So they got the best of their stuff. So they didn't they brought their stuff with them, but I'm pretty sure he's like, here's some choice garments. There's some Egyptian cotton and some of this stuff, and he handed it off to his brothers. And as they go in, I'm sure Joseph wasn't doing it, but I'm sure the servants probably to him as they go to bury their father. So they dress. That's how they dress. Now, was they all done up like the Mizraimites? I don't think that was the case. But I don't even know if Joseph is still doing that, because remember when we was reading earlier, he talked about that he made himself strange to him, and they couldn't recognize him. That's because he was, he looked like a Mizraim. And all the custom that they had, I'm sure he was fully into that, at that time. So yeah.
Come. All right, continuing. Burial at Machpelah, verse 12. And his sons did unto him according as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham bought with the field for possession of a burying place of Ephron the Hittite before Mamre. And Joseph returned into Mizraim, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father after he had buried his father. So this was I would say the reunion at first wasn't so pleasant. It wasn't such a pleasant experience for these brothers, going into Mizraim and not knowing it was their brother. But after realizing it was their brother, and realizing he wasn't holding a grudge, they felt comfortable enough to go back to Mizraim, to go back to Egypt with him.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us of all the evil which we did unto him. So I'm wrong. They were definitely thinking about what he was going to do to them. All right.
You got the power.
Right, exactly. You got the juice, man. What's going to happen?
Right.
All right, verse 16. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Your father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray you now, the trespass of your brethren and their sin, for they did unto you evil. And now we pray you, forgive the trespass of the servants of the power of your father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. So, I guess he was kind of thinking about it and just remembering what happened.
I think they were just being a bit paranoid. You never can really, he's like, Dad is that buffering point. Now Dad is gone. What's going to happen? And, so hey, remember now, remember Dad said, forgive us for that. That was a long time ago. And number one, number two, the Most High used it for good. And number three, we're very sorry. So if we know you turned out so good, we wouldn't have did that to you, but hey,
right. God. All right, let's see what his brothers say.
Yeah.
And his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be your servants. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of the Most High? But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but the Most High meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive. So, understanding that, sometimes bad things are going to happen to us, things that we're not going to totally understand why. But the Most High has purpose in everything. We just don't always know what's exactly going on. But it's a beautiful thing to have that peace, and to not hold any grudges out. Like before I came into this walk out, and before I came into the understanding that I can't really be holding grudges against people, I'd be mad at somebody for something that happened, years ago,
Right. God. Yeah, you're right. And that's something that that's something that we have to work on as a people, because I've seen people get angry and take out weapons and just annihilate, people that look just like them. No compassion, no thought of, this is a brother, none of that. Just bang, bang, dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just walk off like it was no big thing. Like, right. It was nothing. Like, man, that's heartless, truthfully. To understand that this person, even if you don't understand that we Israel and we come from Yaakov, we come from the 12 tribes, to understand that this is a person just like you who came over here in the same manner that your people came over here. And they came they came up in the same way that you came up. And you got to have some level of compassion to your own people. it's different if it's, it's different if it's a whole different people. But somebody that went the same route that you went, I mean, that's crazy. That's really crazy. No comparison for that type of person. It's different, of course we operate different because, like I said, we in the truth. We understand we descended of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 patriarchs. So, it could be Simeon among us. We could be Yehuda. We could be Simeon. We could be Levi. We could be Benjamin. We could be any other tribe. Which tribe is not really that important. What is important is that we understand that we are family, mishpachah, and it's not by happenstance that we ended up here together. So, but yeah, that's a good observation, for real.
Yeah, come. All right, continuing, verse 21. Now, therefore, fear ye not. I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them. This is the way it should be between brothers. I want to say, I want to really believe that I'd be able to embrace, my brothers who had done me wrong in this situation, like, being able to embrace them and understanding, man, that truly, like, this all was bigger than me and my brothers. At the end of the day, this was bigger. This was life or death, man, and this is the way that the Most High planned it out. So, but man, double honors to yourself and the way that he preserved our people, and kept us in the way,
Indeed, no doubt.
All right, continuing, verse 22. Death of Yosef, verse 22. And Yosef dwelt in Mizraim, he and his father's house. And Yosef lived 110 years. And Yosef saw Ephraim's children of the third generation. The children also of Machri, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Yosef's knees. And Yosef said unto his brethren, I die, and the Most High will surely visit you and bring you out of this land unto the land which he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. So, man, this is really inspiring.
Right.
Really inspiring to be able to hold on to, and to not only hold on, but to believe in what he had been told from start to finish. When the sun was shining, he was staying true. When it was raining, he was staying true. And now he's getting ready to pass, and he's still remembering what he had been told and believing it. Right. To the point where he gives them instructions. Let's see what he say. Yeah. All right. Verse 25. And Yosef took an oath of the children of Yasharal, saying, the Most High will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. So Yosef died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Mizraim. All praises to the Most High.
Yeah, that was beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, Art, and man, well, go ahead, Art.
Oh, Con, I just last week, I think the reading that you had gotten into was some of, and I love all of this book, Bereshith. It's a faith building book. You happened to read some of my most favorite chapters in this book last week, but this is a good one as well. And the book that we're getting ready to encounter now is also one of my favorite books, because it's talks about the redemption of our people, and not only the redemption of our people, but the consequences and the penalties of those who have oppressed us. So I'm glad, I'm thankful that we have this heritage, that we have what we have. I'm thankful that we're children of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Yasharal. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All praises to the Abba. Yeah, the Most High is indeed magnificent, and all that he's done has been absolutely remarkable, to say the least. and he's a remarkable power. I mean, he's able and capable and everything, and just wonderful, simply put. But praises to the Abba. You know, like Mark said, this is a faith building book, and it really uplifts the ruach of the people. And get into it and read it, and you read it for what it's worth and understand it. It's like, man, it's nice. It's real nice. So all praises. We'll close it out, Ak?
You know, before we close out, let's pull Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, and we will begin reading at verse 13. And it reads, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." One more time. Verse 13 of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 reads, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." At the end of the day, and when it's all said and done, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. We appreciate you all joining us this afternoon for our set apart convocation. It's been an honor and a privilege and a blessing to be able to get into this word once again with my Ak, Hezekiah Yahu. I am your Ak, Kenaniah, and we are the army of Yah, AOY, and we appreciate you all tuning in. Tune in with us next week as we jump into the book of Shemot, Exodus, as we get back into our people becoming a people. You all be blessed. Shalom.
Shalom. Peace and blessings, family.